All right, who had shocking news of the week for 500? Because this is absolutely that. But it's not necessarily, I think, bad news. I'm very much intrigued by this, to say the least. And that is the upcoming Flash movie starring Ezra Miller has cast its Supergirl of all characters. A young actress named by the name of Sasha Calle. I'm so sorry, Sasha, if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm terrible with names. Kyle, something along those lines, has been cast as Supergirl in the Flash movie. I have so many questions about this, but none of them in regards to the actress. I know some people are going, well, she's not blonde or white. I'm going, she doesn't necessarily have to be blonde or white. I would prefer she was blonde, but she doesn't need to be a Caucasian actress, because there's other nationalities in Krypton. I'm still more just questioning Supergirl in a Flash movie. Like, this movie is already pretty crowded with not one, but two Batmen. I'm sure there's going to be other cameos. This just seems like an odd decision. However, I was sold on this girl as Supergirl as soon as I saw the video that was posted with it of her getting the call from the director, Andy Muschietti, saying that she had been cast Supergirl. Because, if you guys haven't seen it, it is so genuinely heartwarming. Like, he's on a Zoom call with her, and he's like, Sasha, can you fly? She's like, no, obviously not. But if you need me to fly for the movie, I can fly. He's like, so you want to fly? She's like, yeah. Well, you're going to need this. And he pulls up the Henry Cavill Superman suit. He's like, good, because you're Supergirl. And she just, like, burst into tears. You could tell it means a lot to her. It was, like, the coolest thing ever. Just how she reacted to it. I'm just like, go get it, girl. Go kick butt. You're going to be awesome. This, apparently, they like, auditioned, like, over 400 actresses for this. So it makes me think that Supergirl is going to be a pretty important part in this. I'm still just scratching my head kind of going, how does Supergirl fit into this narrative? But again, we don't know the final product. I just think the character is an odd choice for a Flash movie, but I'm on board for the casting so far.
Yeah, why not? I mean, honestly, why not? And I'm wondering, and this is just speculative, but I'm wondering if because the Flash has just been an absolute disaster to get off the ground, if this is a creative decision to help not just distract away from that, but also to breathe new life into it, because considering how hard it has been for them, this is just a different interpretation and maybe taking focus away from just that character, and maybe the creative team is thinking, well, I don't think the Flash can carry an entire movie. I think the TV series does that all by itself pretty well. So maybe we need to throw in this fresh sense in here, kind of. It's not bad news. People aren't reacting to this like, oh, this is a terrible move, but it's interesting. It gets people's attention. It gets people talking about it.
Yeah, this girl doesn't have a whole lot of acting credits yet. She's still a pretty young up-and-comer. I think she's on a soap opera right now. It just seems an odd pick. However, it wasn't super out of left field, because reports have been flying around for months that WB has been interested in doing a Supergirl movie instead of a Man of Steel 2, which I think is a horrible decision.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe those, just because where there's smoke, there's fire for me with Man of Steel 2, and there's too many reasons for me not to believe that it'll happen at some point. But this kind of confirms to me that they are serious about the Supergirl thing. I never bought that was something that they're interested in. Just like I never actually bought that they were interested in doing Batgirl. It was more just the cover story to bring in Joss Whedon for the reshoots. This does confirm to me that they are serious about doing a Supergirl movie. Which I'm fine with. Any super being is fine with me. I love I was about to say the Kent family, but technically she's not a Kent. The L family, the House of L family. So why not? It's again comes down to, where is this going to fit into the narrative of the Flash, or is this just to introduce her in this movie just to spin her off into her own separate movie, and she's kind of shoehorned in there? I'm not sure, but like you said, this movie has had such a hard time getting off the ground, and them saying they auditioned over 400 actresses makes me think that this role is pretty important. And it's not just, hey, we're going to just cast a big name actress for this because that'll grab some headlines. Like, no one's really heard of this actress yet. So clearly, I think they see something in her, but they're also projecting big things for her, probably her own franchise, and hopefully someday teaming alongside one Henry Cavill, because again, I don't think he's done yet.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. Now, as far as them adding adding this superhero to the Flash, do you think this is a way of them introducing them and kind of softening what the plot could be for the Supergirl film, like by like as a standalone film, or is she going to be play an intricate role in the plot, and therefore that character is needed?
I don't know, because there's just a lot of unknowns right now with the Flash. It's kind of like the Spider-Man movie of just like there's just so many questions about what's happening. Like they could add any character right now, and I would still go, well, your guess is as good as mine. So maybe she's gonna be the Supergirl from like the main universe, or maybe she's an Elseworld Supergirl that gets pulled into the Flash's universe, thus becoming the Supergirl of our universe, and that's how she gets spun off into her own movies. I don't know, because Supergirl didn't really play a factor in Flashpoint, and of all the character crossovers, the Flash and Supergirl don't really have a lot of time spent together besides like the CW show. But she spends more time with obviously the other Kryptonians in her life, that is Superman. I'm sure there's been some crossover in the comics, but like that's not a pairing that I immediately think of Flash and Supergirl. So it's just kind of an out of left field pick to me, somewhat.
Yeah, like that's funny even thinking about her being introduced because of something like Flashpoint. Well, there's precedent to that, like softening the blow for audiences. Marvel's right out there, so introducing the idea of multiple universes and pulling people in from different areas. I mean, I've never seen so many people discuss time travel as they did when it came to Endgame. So it's almost as if Marvel's paving the way for mainstream audiences to be okay with this kind of more wacky timeline stuff. And I don't know, that would be I don't know, a seemingly a cool way to introduce her. And so instead of like having it be I don't know, a origins, a story is like she's already established saying, hey, what the heck happened? That would be actually kind of funny.